going, everybody? Welcome back to In the Pit with Steve. I am your host, Steve, and we are checking out Sleep Token today. I have heard Sleep Token before. I have not heard this song. The song is called Alkaline. The only song that I have heard by them is called The Summoning, and I will be honest, I was not a fan. But I figure if I'm doing this channel, exposing myself to new bands, I should give them a second chance. I shouldn't just kind of let them, rest in my list of bands I didn't really like after only hearing one song. I don't think that's really fair. I'm aware of their success. I'm aware of how big they have gotten, but I was just kind of put off by that first song. It just really wasn't my taste. I had bumped into a friend out and about in the world, as you do, and we hadn't seen each other in a while, and we always liked a lot of the same bands. We were talking about what we were listening to at the time, and he had mentioned that he is pretty much fully on board the Sleep Token train and that I should give them a shot. So I went home that night and listened to The Summoning, and it just, like I said, wasn't for me. And that's the last time I listened to them, and that had to have been last year at some point. I mean, it's been a while, if I remember right, since I listened to them. So I am excited to give them another chance. I have a general idea of kind of what their whole sound is. For the most part, I have heard other songs in chunks here and there. It's kind of impossible to miss them. I did watch, I think Punk Rock MBA did a video on them, so I heard snippets of songs throughout. So I'm sure I probably heard a snippet of this song that we're about to listen to, but I haven't heard the whole thing. And I want to give it a serious listen. I want to sit down and try to enjoy it to the best of my ability and see if maybe I'm missing out or maybe they're just not for me. So without any further ado, let's get in the pit with Sleep Token.
Every once in a while something changes, and she's changing me. It's too late for me now, I am altered. There is something beneath. She's not acid nor alkaline, caught between black and white, not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light the objects of my desire. Let's talk about chemistry, 'cause I'm dying to melt through to the heart of her molecules, till the particles part like holy water. If anything, she's an undiscovered element, either born in hell or heaven sent. Either way, I'm into it.
Wow, that we listened to way more than I thought. I didn't mind this to get too far away. First of all, I don't understand why these guys are wearing hazmat suits with no body armor with these assault rifles, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I'll save my final thoughts for the end, and unfortunately, we're a lot closer to the end than I thought. But I mean, it just sounds like 2000s radio rock to me. Like If you had told me, aside from his very pronounced British accent, if you had told me that this is like the new Breaking Benjamin song, I would believe it. I guess I just don't see what everybody else is seeing in this. I don't know if it's like buying into the whole lore of the band and the experience that they have, I'm sure, when they play live, with all the costumes and the, pomp and circumstance and all that stuff. Like maybe that's what I need to see. Maybe I need to see a live performance. Maybe I need to see them live myself, physically. But I don't know. I guess if you're a big fan of Sleep Token in the comments, let me know. I genuinely am curious. What is it about them that brings you back? Like, what is it that you got that made you get interested in the band? Like, what song was it that kind of like made your ears perk up? And why is it that you kind of keep coming back and you're a fan of the band? Because to me, and I don't mean to sound negative or to take a shot at the band, but to me, this is just very generic stock sounding radio rock. Like, I don't hear anything unique about it. Like, visually, yes, they very much stand out, but sonically, I guess I'm just missing it. So please fill me in. I'm very curious to see why people really enjoy the band. But without much left in the song, let's wrap it up. Matrix. All right. Yeah, I guess, like I said, let me know what it is about this band that maybe I'm missing. Maybe this isn't the right song to start with, even though I had listened to the other one. But to be fair, I heard that song a while ago. I don't particularly remember what it sounded like. I don't know. His voice, he has a very nice voice. It's very pop friendly, very radio friendly. It reminds me, not in a sonic way, but it reminds me of Nico from Electric Callboy, where he is a very radio pop friendly voice. We don't hear that too much in heavier music, though I can't really say that this is a heavy band. This is a, borderline ballad of sorts. The structure of the song is kind of interesting. It kind of is just all one piece that goes. It doesn't have a lot of repetition to it, which is actually, that's kind of interesting in and of itself. That's probably the most interesting part of the song, to be honest, because the rest of it, like I said, it's very like, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin. It's just that kind of sound, that's, to me, it's a dated sound. That stuff's been played to death for years and years and years and years and years. You turn on any active rock station on your radio dial and you're going to hear probably a lot of the same songs you were hearing 10, 15 years ago. And this just kind of sounds, to my ears, it sounds a lot like that. So I would very much appreciate, people letting me know what the draw of the band is. Is it just the lore stuff and the music is kind of secondary? Are people really just digging the sound and maybe it's just not for me? Just, let me know. But without any other band members in here, we couldn't take a look at any of the instruments or anything. We'll move on to some final thoughts. Yeah, now that I've heard 2 songs, and granted, like I said, hey, I don't remember that first song, The Summoning, that much because it was quite some time ago when I heard it. I'm certainly open to listening to more of them. I'm not going to just cast them aside because they are such a big band, and I am genuinely curious what it is people really do enjoy about them. So if you have a recommendation for where I should go next in my listening journey of Sleep Token, I would greatly appreciate it. Please leave a comment. But I don't really have anything else to say. I'm not trying to come off as negative. Like, I don't think it's a bad song. And I know some people are gonna be like, I can't believe you're comparing them to Breaking Benjamin. Listen, you got to take your devotion to the band aside. You hear these 2 songs, side by side, to the average listener that has no idea what either band is. They're going to be like, yeah, aside from his British accent, this sounds kind of like the same band, or like, it sounds like this could just be the ballad on the album. This is a very specific sound tied to a very specific era of radio friendly rock music. And, you know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's not a bad song at all. There's nothing bad about the song. It's just lacking to me in my personal taste. It's just not what I'm looking for at this point in time. Ask me 3 years ago if this came out, maybe I would be super into it. Ask me 3 years from now, maybe I'd be super into it. You know, people's tastes change all the time. What you're looking for in music is different, you know, all the time. What I'm listening to on my personal time right now is very different than the stuff I'm listening to for the purposes of this channel. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the comments on this one. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again for getting in the pit, and we'll see you again real soon.